Hi, people. So the Grammys happened. I'm not really sure that anyone was aware it was happening, but it happened. I didn't actually know it was happening until like 2 days after. I wasn't paying attention, okay? I was like, oh my god, the Grammys? Girl, I don't think I care anymore. There was a big fight, okay? You had two fighters in the ring. You had Harry Styles and Beyonce for Album of the Year. Now, to me, it was pretty cut and dry, okay? I was like, when I saw the nominations, I was like, Beyonce sweeping all of this. I mean, she's Beyonce, right? Little did I know that the Grammys was on something else. Now, Harry Styles, I will give him his credit. His album, as far I've heard it a lot of places. He had some bangers this year, okay? I mean, I'm not personally a big fan of Harry Styles, but I'll give him his credit where it's due, okay? He had some bangers. But Beyonce Renaissance? No, but I'm just saying, nobody that's currently occupying this space can top Renaissance, okay? Beyonce's old stuff, from her past few albums can't even top it. Like, there's no competition. So I was like, this is pretty cut and dry. Surely she's gonna sweep all three of those major nominations. Now, Beyonce did accumulate the most wins out of anyone to ever win a Grammy, any artist in the world, but yet it still feels like she lost in a sense. Now, Beyonce, I didn't actually know this, but Beyonce has been fighting to get the Album of the Year for like for another 3 times. Okay, this has happened to her 3 times where the Album of the Year was snubbed from her. And so it comes into question as to why can't Beyonce, one of the most, if not the most critically acclaimed popular artist of our generation, why can't she, of all people, win an Album of the Year award? What's happening? Now, I did some research. As always, your girl has to come correct at all times. Now, I was looking at a Vulture article, and they were saying that Renaissance possibly didn't win Album of the Year or any of the awards because of how many writers are on the songs. Like Alien Superstar, for example, I think has like 23 artists. And so maybe the Grammy board was like, why is there so many writers, And there was also that initial, before Renaissance, the album even came out, with like, there was already a little bit of controversy as to if the album was being plagiarized, since some of the artists that were on it didn't actually want to be featured on it. It was already controversy before the album even hit. So maybe that cost her the Album of the Year, is what Vulture was saying. Also, Harry House is right in the comfort zone of any award show. It's white, extremely white. It's pleasing to a very general audience, things of that nature. There's no controversy there. Also, if you want to talk about writing, I'm pretty sure Harry Styles wrote that entire album, if I'm not, incorrect about that. So it's in that perfect sweet spot of not controversial at all, really. In fact, the Vulture article even said Grammy night has never been about what the fans are hearing. It's always about what the music business wants to see when it looks in the mirror. Of course, the music business isn't going to want any controversy coming its way, and also it's going to want something palatable to an audience. I still cannot wrap my head around why Renaissance wouldn't be palatable, since it was like everywhere. It was on TikTok. Everybody loved it. But as the Vulture article, it's not about what I guess we want. It's about what the music want. I don't know. It literally makes no sense to me. And the fact that Beyonce has been snubbed for this 3 times, with Adele, who won, I'm pretty sure last time, against her for Album of the Year, saying what does she need to win Album of the Year, it really does call into question, like, what does Beyonce need to do to win Album of the Year? It's a little sus, because her past albums didn't have a plagiarism issue. There was no controversy surrounding them. So is there something else that's lying beneath the surface that's keeping her from getting the award? Now, I'm not gonna say that this is truly, you know, the reason why, but it's a little bit of a speculation, okay? Now, perhaps you probably are seeing where I'm going here. I'm just saying, perhaps, especially Renaissance is a album that celebrates blackness and queerness and that intersectionality between the two to the degree. So I'm just saying, and especially with the Grammys, there have been several artists, even non-black artists, who have not won Grammys but are yet super popular. And a lot of the names that haven't won Grammys are artists that really speak about blackness, honest and not afraid to speak their piece about anything. You have artists like Nicki Minaj with 10 nominations, no Grammys. Tupac, 6 nominations, no Grammys. The list goes on and on. Even Diana Ross, several nominations, had a Lifetime Achievement Award, yet didn't win a single Grammy. That is Diana Ross, okay? Tell me why that doesn't make any sense. So what was it gonna take for them to win a Grammy? Or were they just too black to deserve it? Especially artists like Tupac and Nicki Minaj. Like, maybe for the board, when they look in the mirror, they don't want to see anyone who's talking about truth and honesty, and in Tupac's case, socialism, you know? For a lot of people, Harry Styles saying this doesn't happen to people like me was a little off-putting, because it definitely does. Especially after a lot of the plagiarism issues for Renaissance were resolved. What was going to need to win? I don't know. There's just a bit of speculation there for me, okay? I'm not sure, okay? I'm not sure it's clicking for me. But honestly, we have seen issues with the Grammys and the Oscars for far too long. To me, honestly, it seems like every single year the Grammys just kind of picks an artist and they're like, here, have all the awards, even though there have been several instances where even the artist was like, this probably should have gone to someone else. And you know, Harry Styles did make a really good point that this award doesn't necessarily show who is the best at anything. It is purely made up, so maybe it doesn't even matter in the first place. But tell me what you think about the Grammys. Was Beyonce snubbed? Was she not? Does it even matter? Does any of this even matter? Because Beyonce probably doesn't even care. But this might say a bigger issue about where Black people stand in music and how they are used in music. I feel like a lot of times they're just used for PR and to say, oh, we care about you, but we're not actually going to celebrate you. So, I don't know. Tell me what you think, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.